currently lay on the worktop. He saw her looking. The strip light under the cupboard has been flickering. It's been driving Heather mad. Steam from the kettle getting into it, most like. He stopped talking, aware that she had little interest. Do you want a tea? A coffee? Tea, please. Go through. She left him to it. The lounge was very familiar to Lizzie. She and Heather had spent a lot of time in it over the past 3 years, even more so recently. Despite the age gap, they got on. They knew each other well enough to be comfortable in each other's company, but not so well that there was any great pressure to share anything really personal. They chatted rather than talked, normally about the trials and tribulations of work. Heather was a doctor's receptionist and Lizzie a teaching assistant in a primary school, and about the best dramas on TV. In recent months, Heather had volunteered some pregnancy and parenting advice, although never too much. She was not the sort to impose her opinions. Mundane as their interactions were, Lizzie was grateful for them. She knew she was always welcome in Heather's home. She lowered herself onto the sofa and listened to Mick pottering about in the kitchen, took a moment to settle. Heather and Mick's house was a mirror image of Lizzie and Ian's in terms of size and layout, but it was very different in feel and decoration. It bore the patina of the many years they'd lived there. Heather and Mick were the street's second longest serving residents. Only Margaret, who lived at number 8, predated them. The room Lizzie was currently sitting in was busy with stuff. There was an array of framed family photographs on the windowsill. They had 3 children, all in their 20s, a TV cabinet stuffed full of DVDs, and a number of paperbacks scattered around the room. Heather was an avid reader, novels mainly, all different types, although she had a penchant for historical fiction and doomed young queens. Lizzie had quite a few of Heather's recommended reads at home. She'd started a number of them but had got no further than the first few chapters. Her concentration wasn't what it used to be. Heather never quizzed Lizzie about her literary loans. She simply kept offering more as if the next paperback might hold the key. "Sugar," Mick shouted. She didn't usually take it. "Yes, please, 1. She still felt queasy. "Right you are." Was Mick putting off coming through to sit with her? Perhaps. She had no idea what they were going to talk about. The ache in her back deepened and the pain in her knees and hands throbbed. She tilted her head back and closed her eyes, grateful for the peace. The sound of a mug being put on the table brought her back into the room. Mick took the chair by the window. He kept hold of his own drink. He had big hands, short, clean nails, a simple wedding band. Workman's hands. "So, how you doing, love?" She roused herself. "Me? I'm okay, just a bit tired." "Understandable." He took a mouthful of his tea. "And how's Ian?" "He's fine." Ian and Mick sometimes spoke about what she didn't know. A shared interest in electronics, sport. Ian never said. "His firm has picked up a new contract refitting a lot of council offices, DHSS I think, so he's working all over the place at the moment, but at least it's guaranteed work." Mick nodded. "I did a few years on the rigs when me and Heather were first married. It paid for the deposit on this place, but I knocked it on the head when she fell pregnant with Claire." It was Lizzie's turn to nod, Mick's to take another gulp of tea. "Expensive things, kids, in more ways than one." There couldn't be much left in his mug, but worth it. He had a nice smile. She should let him get on. This was uncomfortable for both of them. It happened as she shifted position and attempted to stand up. Instinctively she sat back down. Mick continued to smile at her. She felt shivery. The pain in her lower back tightened and threaded deeper inside her. "Are you sure you're okay, love? You've gone very pale." How to tell him? "I'm so sorry, Mick, but I think I might have wet myself." She looked down at the circle of darkness that was spreading around her. Mick's expression shifted from smiling discomfort to smiling concern. "All right." He put down his mug. "Well, that's not a problem." He stood up, then sat down again, pushed his mug further away in preparation for action. "That, or my waters have broken." Surely she should know the difference. Fear overtook the shame. "Mick, I'm not due for another 9 weeks." "Okay." He paused. "Well, it's probably best we get you to the hospital. Get things checked out."